What did they do for those 2 or 3 years before they made money? On the way, on the journey to make money. What were they doing on that journey to make money? That's the real question. And now you see a difference. They were doing instead of talking. Successful people are always willing to do what the other guys are not willing to do. Right? So what they were doing was something that was uncomfortable. They got out of their comfort zone. They were willing to do things that they didn't necessarily like, that most people ain't willing to do, but they were willing to do it. Another example is they were always willing to sacrifice. It's called delayed gratification. In other words, they gave up maybe something they loved. I remember I was with a fellow one time, and he had achieved the level of success. Some of you may remember the Cambridge diet back in the 70s. It was one of the first protein shakes, a liquid diet. It was a multi-level marketing company, kind of a predecessor to Herbalife, which Mark Hughes started and became a very successful multi-level marketing company. And this guy became very successful in that company and made several $1 million. And his wife actually was one of the top distributors in Mary Kay Cosmetics. So they were familiar with residual income and so forth. And he was doing very well. He was living in Punta Gorda, Florida. And he had a beautiful boat and a beautiful house, a beautiful wife, a beautiful life. He used to go to beautiful dinners. He liked wine and he loved fine dining. And he was a really jolly, wonderful, happy guy. And he had no bills and he had amazing amount of financial success. And he got very complacent.